Hello? Wait, I'm not on the phone. What am I doing? Fucking hell. Okay. So, just gonna play a video game. Any video game. Gotta play a video game. Yeah. Well, there's a good chance that if this keeps going on at 3 a.m., I'm just gonna be like, fuck, I'm playing Mario. Um, um, or if anyone who is just in the world and watching my face and the large void black screen wants me to play anything in particular, I'll do it. My ideas were really just suggestions for myself. Suggestions for myself. Oh yeah, that's what I was doing. I think I was under the perhaps misplaced, maybe misplaced. I thought it would be easier for me to just talk to the internet for 8 hours if I were really tired too. Well, not easier, actually. No, I thought it would be harder, but probably more interesting for the internet. Be a little less filtered. Yeah, because I'm a recovering alcoholic, I couldn't just get drunk. Not that that would have really been appropriate for a charity event, although a beer or two to loosen up. So just being a little tired and not wacky, because well, whatever the quiet version of wacky is, I guess. Window capture. There. I'm sorry. Well, if I decide to become a professional YouTube streamer, I will stream YouTube professionally. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. Okay, there's Christine Love's Game. Don't take it personally, babe. Just ain't your story. Which I think is an interesting. It's kind of a pseudo. She calls it kind of a pseudo sequel thing to Digital Love Story, which was quite popular. It was before Analog, a hate story, and then later Hate Plus. And in terms of form, it's really most similar. It borrows very directly from your high school anime dating sim kind of tropes and plots and such. But yeah, and it has lots of very teenagery teen slang. I guess the way to put it would be realistically written teenagers circa like 2000. When did the game come out? Like 2012, maybe? Let me just check that out, because it is more important to do your research than to just be like, yeah, I don't know. And then, yeah. So, it came out 2027. Oh no, I'm sorry. That's the year it's set. That's right. It's actually science fiction. Well, except it's not. I mean, like, the premise is kids are constantly chatting on like an online forum-y thing, but the conceit is that the teacher, who is the player character, has access to all of their posts. And the message board system kind of exists as a sort of a weird intersection between your 4chans and your Facebooks in terms of form and content. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna play the damn game instead of just talking about it because, jeez, I don't know why, but the idea of playing a game on the internet is just so. Okay. I'm going to lower the music down out here real low because just from what I have played of this, I haven't played it all the way through. The music is not good. I mean, it's doing what it's going for, but that's not really a thing I like. And I assume, yes. Okay, just start the damn game, Alex. Oops. Let me just get my Windows set up here as I. But yeah, what I find kind of uniquely interesting about this this kind of work, which is simultaneously enmeshed in and also culturally and critically aware. Basically, people coming from a place where they legitimately like, your anime, high schooly dating sim kind of games, but are also artistically ambitious and trying to play with forms and concepts and see what the medium can do. Not to say that there aren't, Japanese studios making something similar. I can't really speak to that, but it's easier for me to identify with someone like Christian Love's perspective on these kind of cultural artifacts from the perspective of some kind of outsider. Oh man. Okay. I'm not going to read this out loud because it would be hilarious if I did. Real funny. It's still streaming, right? Okay. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna crop off the top of the window just so. Wait, no, that's rude to you. I mean, just I'm 2 screens into the game. I keep doing this. Okay. I'm just gonna read this stuff to myself. Comment on it. Oh, fuck it. Just, I'm sure you've read this page. Okay. Another note about this game is I am not crazy about the character designs. I can appreciate a good anime character design, but I don't know. These kids look weird. Oops. I realized I'm not capturing game audio at all. Oops. Put audio. I don't know how to make this capture the audio, but trust me when I tell you, you're not really missing anything. What did I just... Oh, fuck. I quit the game. Today is not my day. Just load that back up. Oh. Dumbass. Yeah, I just had the audio turned off like an idiot. I said it was anime. Yeah. I just kind of try to ignore the Yeah, same Christine Love. This was the game she did before Analog. Okay. This is a nice little tutorial thing where we see that, hey, look, we're getting the students talking about what's going on in the we'll see the premise explained in a minute. Let's just go through it. But yeah, no, Analog I think is a better game than this. And yeah, I didn't say the honestly, I don't know what the fuck I was thinking when I decided to play this. It's like I played half of it 5 years ago. I guess it's because people are less familiar with it than Christine Love's other work, later work, and her earlier work. Like this was really when she started bridging between the more artsy, kind of non anime as fuck digital A Love Story, which was a mostly text-based game telling the story of a relationship on a bulletin board system in the early internet. And this is like her being like, hey, you know what? I fucking like anime a lot. I like these elements, but I'm also willing to take to basically someone who's seeing themselves more seriously as an artist with an artistic perspective. Artistic perspective, what does that mean? There's content beneath the form, I guess. And like this is leaning really heavily into a lot of just kind of high school dating visual novel tropes and character types, while also being reflective of the kind of people who are like 16 and on the internet and who are super into those things. And it's very much a sort of feedback loop. I'm probably just going to play through the first chapter of this, unless people really enjoy it or I really enjoy it. If I start really having fun, I'll keep playing. Blorb. Okay. I'm just getting some setup here. Now here we see the hilariousness of the phrase "totally Tex-Mex," which I don't know. That was something the girls I went to high school would say, and I think I'm in about the same age demographic as the game creator, maybe a little bit younger. Yeah, so we're seeing conversation threads, and I do feel like the having the characters offer commentary on the surface level storyline of the game does bring kind of another layer to the extreme linearity of the format. I mean, even in more choice-based visual novels, you're still clicking through text, while here it's a little bit more like the kind of thing you'd see in the hypertext fiction of the 1990s, which was kind of an artistic experimental thing that kind of dead-ended, kind of morphed into what we have now with Twine games, although I feel like that was the same idea but arrived at from a very different point. With hypertext fiction, you really got a lot of people with PhDs in literature trying to use technology to reinvent the idea of a book. And I think there is some interesting work to be done there, artistically, but when you're coming up with a drastically innovative form, there needs to be a rationale behind it on a personal and emotional level. And I think this game actually does a very good job of basically doing that, because the first generation to grow up with access to the World Wide Web like in high school, there is something to that experience that's very much embodied in a system of links, like, links, like the blue text with the underline on the internet. That's an aspect of the experience that I think more traditional forms have trouble getting across. And yeah, rambling. Yeah, this is a little reminder being like, hey, you're playing this wrong if you're not checking those messages. And here we have the character of Taylor Gibson wondering what's up with all the drama with the lesbians. Yeah, I don't know. All right, we're at our first decision point, chat. Who do I call on? Do I call on Charlotte or call on Taylor, who is the one who was wondering what the drama with the lesbians was? Which one's Charlotte? Oops. That one's Charlotte. She's a liberal Buddhist who's single and from Lake City, Ontario. Okay, we got 2 votes for Charlotte. High school in the year 2027 would I could see that tracking your politics. Actually, I kind of want to see what everyone's politics are, because that sounds fun. Okay, so we've got Ariana Bell Asai. I love how all of these people have names that were clearly sound like they were made up by 15-year-old girls writing their overtly romantic fan fiction kind of things about marrying Inuyasha or whatever. I'm sorry, that sounds very dismissive. It's a thing. Whatever. I don't need to make excuses. It's 1:45 in the morning and I'm on the internet. So, okay. Just a girl is her description. Ariana Bellasai. She is also a liberal atheist. Kendall Flowers. Her political views are lolitics, which you see, that's an example of what I think is very accurate high school writing. It's kind of that's a clevery thing that a high school student would say. It's accurate. It's not it's not writing a high school student who's acting like a witty adult, nor is it the alternative to that, where would you say religious views be excellent to each other. Just these kind of cultural references here. Political views, who cares? Let's see if we have any conservatives in here. Isabella Hart. Her political views are, I dream of a just society. I like her. Just those are some good political views. And relationship status, no. Yeah. She seems cool. Okay, Nolan Striukas. Um, I guess that's like, I don't know. That name makes me think of like when I was trying to write stories in middle school, how I would just put sounds together until I got something that looked kind of like a name. I mean, if that is an actual name, my apologies to all the Striukas, whatever. Um, uh, okay, and then lastly, we've got Akira Yamazaki. Um, you see, like right here with the status line that's just like what's clearly like song lyrics to some sort of J-pop or J-rock thing. You know, could really be either. Um, Probably J-pop because he belongs to the Church of Megami Melody Sama. Um, his political views are burning justice prevails. Well, he looks like a winner. All right, so I guess that's our cast. Lecture as intended. Reluctance leaves me feeling worried, though. And we flash to lunch hour. Ho. Ariana is going to ask, is a weird question. Whatever could it be? Ah, yeah. See, here we have the nerds eating lunch in the classroom. That's yeah, that's what I did in high school. We'd always eat lunch in the Latin classroom. Um, yeah, and I mean, yeah, it was a lot of fun. It's always kind of warm in there. Could eat at the desks. Got to talk about ancient Rome and Greece. Okay, so she's asking a weird question. Isabella responds, of course. And you can read. Obviously, I don't need to read this shit to you all. Art. Okay, you know, I do feel like putting this on a opaque background would have been a much nicer way to make this able for a person to read it. Okay. And here we're seeing use of the phrase white knight. I'm guessing prior towards its entrenchment in before it became quite so entrenched in sort of you know, assholes. Sorry, I'm the kind of person who would who does read the text message immediately. It's probably I should probably chill a bit, find lulls in the conversation. Maybe stop censoring myself and judging my every action. Okay, so the conversation continues. I really wish I didn't have to say these characters' names. I mean, yeah, Charlotte, Akira, um, Akira. Um, I don't know why I find that. Well, I mean, I know why I find it funny, but it is just a name, of course. Lol. Okay, and here we're starting to see some of the more self-reflexive aspects of the work, like by casting the player in the role of the teacher. Basically, we're seeing we're questioning our own desire to follow, to basically play a game about high school students dating. Yeah, no, I was saying Akira is a very common name, but I feel like it was chosen here because it's like so quintessentially like if you were 15 and you had a Japanese kid in a crappy short story you were writing, his name would probably be Akira. It's not a particularly strong point. But yeah, so we're getting interesting questions in here, like in how we feel as the teacher being kind of intrigued and interested in these students' social lives and dramas. The kind of I would say voyeurism, but the sexual connotations there, which the game definitely does touch upon. Don't quite cover everything I intended there. So we've got Ever Been in Love. Hey, high school students being hilariously dramatic, and God, I really wish I could have an opaque background here. Lol, yes, yeah. Sorry, let me just skip through this a little faster, because oh crap, I just drank water on the stream. Is that rude? Probably. Maybe not. Yes. Well, at least I'm finally playing a damn video game. That's the important thing. Instead of apologizing. Can you guys read this okay? Because it might just be my shitty ass eyesight. Because I really have to lean in here. Well, yeah, I guess I probably. Oops, my email. Blip blip. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think this game was made in that whatever you call that thing that people use to make the visual novels. You know, the one. There's the one piece of software. Although I mean, just considering this secondary kind of conversation system, there definitely must be some custom scripting or whatnot going on, because I am a computer programmer. Yeah, I know what all these things mean. Yeah, yeah. Okay, big two. Okay, high school students, blah, blah, blah. I probably don't have to read all of these messages, but on the other hand, if I don't, maybe I won't 100% the game. What? Yeah. I'll just skim and talk about what I find interesting. I'm not doing a that thorough let's play. Instead, I'm this. Later. Now you see, here we're seeing the literary device of the English teacher explaining the thing a story is in the story itself. It's a very well, it's very meta. That's the joke there. He's explaining metafiction in a metafictional way. Yeah, not brilliant, but it's cute, and it's that kind of straightforward, whatchamacallit, straightforward but not ludicrously dumb attitude towards storytelling. Oh, just a thought that occurred to me, not related to the stream. But you know that skeleton that's over there? Yeah. Ah, damn it, I just knocked some stuff over. Okay, the skeleton behind me. I wanted to make it clear that I did not put that there for the stream. That's just the living room skeleton. Oh. Dear me, I'm being self-conscious. Okay. Yes, thank you, video game. Really should be in the habit of checking messages. I get it. That's the main mechanic. So okay, so you can't just look at the screen and read the message there. You actually have to click on it and then click on the unread messages, like an actual email. Yeah, like. Now here's a little writing choice that I think is quite interesting. Just of having the character of Isabella, who's very much setting up a kind of cool and aloof attitude about herself. That's what she's wanting to be. The way she uses abbreviations and such in text, with like the you are. I know I've known people who have, but everything else is, correctly punctuated, and all that. compared to Ariana's more casual but proper English manner of speaking. Um, it's interesting, and it's interesting how they talk. I can't just keep saying it's interesting. Um, I really do not care for these character designs. I mean, he's okay. But like, what is, yeah. Yeah, my partner just came home with a living room skeleton one day. She didn't even ask if we could put the skeleton up in the living room. Probably can't see it, but it's wearing a traditional men's kimono. I think it's from like the 60s. Um, like the kind of actual Japanese dude would wear, not like the kind a character in a movie from America, like the rich guys who wear kimonos in 70s movies, not like that, but like a subtle gray thing. Then he's also wearing one of them garter thingies around his upper leggy bone, and he's got my corncob pipe and a crystal in his mouth for some reason. I have no idea why she dressed the skeleton that way, but I know I can't wear my kimono anymore. $3.55. Ah, 12 channel. Gee, I wonder what that's a reference to. Okay, well, how do I do? Do I just click that button? What? Huh? Wait, I'm confused. 12. Oh, okay. I go into this menu. Yeah, right. That was the 4chan element in here. They just have a 4chan. And I think this is actually kind of a cute conceit. Not only to replicate the, that aspect of your high school cultures, but also to imagine that in such, there are 6 characters in this, or 7 or whatever, and an anonymous message board for them is just an amusing idea. So I imagine that kind of a sub game here is puzzling out who's whom, but who's whom? Oh, Jesus Christ, this song is terrible. You guys know that you can't hear the game audio, right? Because the police station song from Gabriel Knight 1, which is just all the whistles, this has a similar whistle breakdown to it. It's really something. Yeah, I feel like we could not do. Yeah, you don't want game audio. This is quite an amusing little thread. Um, Mang. I don't even know what that means. Well, that was something. Yeah, I mean, yeah, there's something interesting about, yeah, interesting choice to openly talk about your what is it, Japanese erotic games, eroge, whatever. It would be eroge, I think. Um, Obviously, I'm not accenting it right, but yeah, I guess streaming is interesting because you have to say words that you read because they're in video games, and why would you say words in video games? Okay, and I think we can all see where this is going. There is some poorly, not poorly, but dramatic synthesized piano music where they're just pounding one note and then another note and then another note. And this scene is clearly designed to make us uncomfortable. Yep. And I would say it's working. And obviously the game is being meta by being meta blurg. This is playing on the fact that the 4chan conversation we just read is about a video game in which you have sex with a 14-year-old or 15-year-old. Now, that kind of intertextuality there, I don't really know what it's adding. I mean, I feel like it would probably be more effective to someone who didn't find the idea of a video game where an adult had sex with a teenager disturbing. Like if you were, no judgments, of course. Now we're at a decision here. Do I lie or tell the truth? Yes, obviously. I kind of wasn't paying attention. Which choice is the one that makes me not have sex with her? I'm guessing lie from context. I think truth is the one where you... crap. No one was paying attention? Alright, well... let's see. coin flip it is. It was an accident, Your Honor. Okay. Heads is generally truth, tails is generally a lie, right? That's the normal system. I'm going to say it is. Right, because George Washington is the head and he never told a lie. Why is that a thing about George Washington? That doesn't even make sense. What is... Damn, just fucking... Yep. That's a head. So we're going to tell the truth. Let's... Well... see where this goes. Okay, well, they're just walking home under an umbrella. Maybe we'll get a chance to opt out later. Like, I feel like that would be a responsible choice. Like, if, say, the game is making the argument that indulging these taboo fantasies is one thing, but taking the step of them into reality is another one, then we should be able to get out of this, right? All right. That's why I decided to stream this. Because it wouldn't be boring. Yeah, it's you know, honestly, though when I did play this several years ago, I wasn't a person who would I think that you can have sex with students, but it goes really bad for you. Although I think it goes really bad for you if you don't as well. I could be wrong about that. Like I played this like when it came out, which was 5 years ago. Well, like if this were a Japanese pornographic visual novel, like you would have sex with a schoolgirl and cure her shyness, and then win a medal. Ew. All right. Well, they did give us an option. And we're going to pull her hand off, are we not? Chat? All right. So we're going to squeeze the hand tightly, obviously. All right. Let's be rational here. Okay, I'm enjoying the voice of reason. Like now he's kind of being a jerk. Yeah. And this kind of self-awareness in the asshole protagonist. Oh, 2011, using the word retard. All right. I guess the real question is how many times they're going to make us make this choice. Okay. So looking at the chat here, Last Rewind is arguing that they sure are giving you the choice an awful lot. Well, Zombie Chocobo is saying you have to be a jerk. And Weegraph says, haha, wow, there is no good option there, which I believe is correct and the point. Yeah, they've set this up so you can only be a total asshole or you can have sex with a child. I'm good letting the coin choose, personally. Alright. Just for the sake of fairness, let's have a chat call the options. First, someone say what heads means. Yeah. My head. Oh, man. I'm... Now I'm beginning to understand that delay in chat where the person asked the question and then... Okay. Alright. So, Washington was a jerk. Heads is a jerk. Washington was a jerk, okay. And I do appreciate that you went with that instead of making some... getting some tail kind of thing. Okay. Now, heads. So we're gonna be the jerk. No, Washington wasn't really a jerk. He was fine. Like, he got to be the first president because he was the least a jerk, basically. They all owned slaves. Did Ben Franklin own slaves? I'm sure he did. Right? Well, they were really fighting for the right to have representation in the government. So that people wouldn't stop them from being rich. You know, but that's how, you know, that's basically how civil rights happen. Like, Magna Carta was just a bunch of dukes being like, hey, the king's gonna take our grain. If I know my history, and I think I do. We wouldn't have parliamentary, whatever. Wait, parliament. Oh, pretend it never happened. Okay, let's see what's going on in the chat. I want to see if there's any sort of I almost had sex with a teacher, but he was a jerk. Aha! So it was our protagonist that Ariana was talking about in that earlier chat. Who could have foreseen such a thing? Oh. Well, her response is entirely understandable for a teenage girl. I think that is an important thing to remember. That yeah, there are people who in high school would like to sleep with their teachers, but that's a dumb thing. I mean, what I'm saying, I don't know, how do I say it? Basically, if she wants to sleep with you, she's being a perfectly normal teenage girl. But if you want to sleep with her, you're a fucking monster. See if anything fun's happening on 12 channel. No, it is not. Alright, back to the game. See, the difference between the game and not the game is that in not the game you're in a menu. Oh, from here on out, you're going to discover that things are might be a bit more complicated than they might seem. Do you think this could perhaps be an indication of how story happened go forward? That is, the English teacher in the story might be would it be illegal? Are they 18? Anyone know who LJ Powell is? Because I sure don't. But he seems to care about being a gentleman, which seems like an odd track for a game set in 2027 to take, especially since the alternative is sleeping with a child. Yeah, this doesn't take place in Japan. This is in America. Or in Canada, actually. Yeah, I mean, it's crazy because they're animes, but they live in America. Who would have thought that was possible? Yeah, why the hell are they talking about gentlemen? Surely, Alright. That chapter title gets an A frickin' plus from me. Alright, let's see what's going on in the conversation. Aho. Akira wants to ask Kendall Flowers something. Um, yeah, he's probably gay. Because she's the only straight up gay character and blardy blar. Scrolling down. And here we have Isabella giving Ariana encouragement in her quest to sleep with you. Which is totally a thing that would happen. I mean, that's. Blah, blah, oh, yeah. Just want to click out of these so I get an email. Email. Where are they? Okay. I see the finale of Iniko. Oh, there's a party. No doubt there will be alcohol and drugs. And of course, Nolan is so lazy that he is texting snoring. Oh, I see. So it was Charlotte, the nerdy girl, and Kendall, the whatever you call you know, loud lesbian, I guess. So they were dating. Aha. I probably would have picked up on that if I'd been paying more attention. I'm really glad this only has like 6 characters. Also, it's an optimistic future if this is what the class sizes are in 2027. Okay, let's see what's going on. Aha. Yes, he is coming out of the closet. And who else is in there? Ah. Hmm. So we Chad is 7 Mary 3ing the high school girls in this game. Yeah, I don't really remember what the difference between 7ing, marrying, and 3ing is, except for that one time that Gary just did 7-3-3, which was pretty great. That said, if I was in high school, I would probably marry Mary Kendall because she seems fun and carefree. I would probably 3 Nolan, because he's kind of like a big log. Yeah, 7 Isabel, I think, is the correct choice. Blah blah blah. Coming out of the closet. Okay, I find this interface very confusing. I mean, do you think this is designed to be like a little bit confusing so you feel like an old man who's confused by the kids' technology and their Snapchats and their periscopes? And I still don't know what Snapchat is. Um, Everything is teenage. No one sent me a picture of their junk when I was a teenager. Did people just do that? Well, I mean, I guess my girlfriend did. But this was like back in the days of flip phones and couldn't really see anything. Probably oversharing. Doo-doo. Okay. Can I make the font bigger in this? Oh, I can full screen. Wait, does this... Hold on. Let me just see if this ruins my OBS setup, because... Okay, everyone's talking about how Akira's gay. Nolan, drama, blah blah blah, teenagers. And then of course we lol you mad. Yes, very good. Disabling the blur, you say? No, the blur actually makes it easier. It makes the text stand out a little bit more against the. Oh, but full screening it did work, so I can see it better now. Turns out it didn't affect the OBS. I do think they say lol a little too much. Yeah, great advice there, John. What is that even supposed to mean? Every boy takes after his mother. Like, that's some... whatchamacallit. It's like some advice you'd get in your 1962 Playboy for the articles. Yeah. Drama. Oh, fuck, I am still on the menu screen. Okay, well, you guys didn't miss anything. I mean, you missed, like, actual things. Oh, damn it. Okay, you didn't miss anything, because I accidentally went back to the, I reloaded an autosave, which, so we'll just click through all that. Oh, the game is Don't Take It Personally, Babe. It Just Ain't Your Story. It was Christine Love's game between digital love story and analog a hate story. Um, it's kind of like a case study in how teenagers are in the age of the internet, or in the age of the early internet. I mean, it's fairly reflective of my experiences when I was like 17, 18. Who knows what the kids are like nowadays? Yeah, it's at least she didn't show up when I was playing nothing for 3 hours and just trying to get a goddamn video game to run. And the game also it makes you feel weird for being an older person who is obsessed with high school drama. Not that I personally am obsessed with high school drama. You know, it's I mean, it's a good kind of drama. I mean, I like it. I like high school drama when the characters don't sound like morons. Very melodramatic. But yeah, earlier in the stream, I did try to make Sunless Sea work for 3 hours, and ended up just kind of talking about Sunless Sea. Yeah. For some reason, Nolan the Slacker wants to talk with sexy teacher John Rook, who had the good sense not to reciprocate a crazy student's advances. Oh, here we go. Long text message. Text message. What do you call these? Posts? I guess message. I think kids nowadays would have a shorter word for it, like message. And of course, again, highlighting the voyeurism here. As a teacher, you have access to all of these students' private communications. I don't know if I remember right. This is just kind of a sad, complicated teenage story that's as opposed to the heightened drama of the previous chapters, student trying to seduce a teacher. Here we're just seeing, you know, some kids trying to work out their sexuality, etc., etc. Yeah, I keep saying it, but kind of the main thing that I like about this game is that it's very effective. Donate button. Oh, donate button. Okay. Yeah, no one wants to see my animes and rambling about high school drama. But yeah, it's fun to see an adult who remembers how high school students sound, right? High school students. Okay, let's check the posts. Okay, some mysterious thing where they just say thanks and you're welcome. I wonder what that could be. Maybe they like talked in person? How insane is that? Arguing about who's a pussy and who's a bitch. Uh-huh. All right, the 4chan or 12 channel. Ah, yes. That horrible song with the whistles. Okay, now they're talking about all of their Sailor Moons. Now I feel like this is just kind of self-indulgence on the part of the author. I really don't think that 16-year-olds nowadays have a cultural awareness of Sailor Moon. Do they? I mean, I know there was that new Sailor Moon series a while ago, I think, but like, yeah. I guess I just shouldn't make guesses. Maybe it is still big. What? Why are you telling me to go to? Yes, I just checked the 12th channel. Okay. No, only some of them are anime nerds. Like, Nolan doesn't watch anime. Come on. He's like smoking weed and riding his longboard. Yes, who could these characters be? They're definitely not the 6 children who are in your class. Actually, oh man, I just realized that the game forced me to read that Sailor Moon conversation to continue. I would call that out as a poor game design decision, but I think it's awesome. So A+. And now we're at the part where Nolan tries to have sex with you. Oh, shit, what did I click? Let me just... I can just go back because it's a visual novel. I can just go back to the autosave. Oh, well, I brought that upon myself. I have to read the Sailor Moon thread again. Well, hope you guys liked it the first time. Oh, good, the song. And next. Yes, oh lol. Right. got some more message here. All right, so the teacher is being bizarrely impatient with Dummy McStoner. So what do we say to him? We got a choice point here. Who do we think it's about? Or we're just gonna let him stew in his own bong water. I would agree. Wade is the correct choice because, for fuck's sake, he's having a hard time with this. Okay. Gasp. It turns out it's the gay thing. You know what the hell kind of choice is that? Ah. What? Come on. Ugh. What the Jozo? Well, asking if he's gay is just ridiculous. So we're going to ask why he's shocked, because what kind of teacher's like, you gay? As Zombie Chocobo said. Why are you so shocked? See, that's a good thing to say. Okay. For some reason, John needs to get his student to open up. I guess when you have 6 students and one of them tried to sleep with you, I guess if you just have that small of a class, you are going to be emotionally invested in their well-being. That's a crazy thought. Except Taylor. Fuck her. Her name's Taylor, right? The jerk one. I do like how the character is 38 years old. If this were a Japanese thing, he would be like 22. And he would be like the old man. But I think it was a smart choice on the author's part to really double down on the age discrepancy. Have him literally be more than twice their own age. Ooh, throwing around the F word. So, well, it was 2011. Things are, yeah. So do we just not have the answer like a actual person, or do we Do we say, hey, you should fuck your friend? Maybe you'll like it. Which is totally the correct advice for a teacher to be giving. Oh, dear. You know, it's no good. I'm going to have to tilt this monitor a bit because my face looks weird when I'm looking at the chat. All right. Give it a shot, because I think that is insane. And, well, let's just see what happens when the teacher gives the worst advice. Yeah, who knows how it goes when you tell a student to, try being gay for a while. Yeah. No teacher is ever really prepared for that. Yeah. Way to, you tell yourself that, Mr. Rook. Whoop. Okay. Suicide? Who's betting on suicide? I really hope it's not a suicide. But honestly, I don't even know why I thought that. Maybe that's a memory from when I played the game before, because I don't actually remember what happened. Oh boy. Haha. Oh, isn't that funny? He calls them handouts. Oh, gee whiz. I hope I'm not being overly politically incorrect on this this stream, because Okay, so they're 16 or 17. We now know that. Be smart, not clever. Fuck you. Maybe you should try being a good English teacher instead of telling your students to bone each other. Well, the game is just being accurate towards teenagers. I mean, even Christine Love didn't see the advent of super politically correct teenagers coming. But come they did. Let's not gossip. I may or may not have made those two do it. How many chapters is this thing? I did a how long to beat on this, and it wasn't too bad. It was although I guess that would be short if you're reading it, not short if you're casually scrolling through it and rambling. Rambling. Oh, damn it, I said the word rambling. Nothing I hate more than when people on the internet describe themselves as rambling. Do chapters. Somebody tell me how many chapters. Yeah, I think this might be a little shorter than Hate Story. I'm just curious. Do I want to go to the TV tropes page on this? Well, it'll at least give me an idea. Okay. I have to use the bathroom, everyone. So I will be back in just a couple of minutes. In the meantime, oh, Jesus fucking Christ. I'm leaving you on that screen. I have returned. God, my hair looks like shit. Blub, 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 blub. Oh, oops, click the thingy. Oh, is the top of my head supposed to be cut off like that? Probably not. Yeah, there we go. Okay, that's more like it. God. Whew. Let's get myself out of the who's the what's. Okay, there's no happy ending. I should know what I'm getting into. Now, who wants to bet that he is in fact talking about the book they are reading for class? It's going to be a that's my guess, but of course he's really going to be talking about the actual thing. Man, it would be crazy if this thing like ends crazy. I don't think I ever actually played this all the way to the end. Yes, they are talking about a book. Haha. Haha. The two class otaku. Oh god, they're talking about the book Battle Royale. Are you fucking kidding me? Okay, I have actually read that book. Read it when I was like 16 or 15 or whenever they released the English translation. It's like 500 pages. It was a garbage translation. I mean, there were like typos everywhere. But the story was so bad. It's a very poorly written book. It turned out the villain was a sociopath because he got into a car accident that damaged the empathy center of his brain. That's all I really remember. But yeah, Mr. Rook, you're a terrible English teacher. Okay, wait, so if he's 38, that would make him, oh yeah, that would make him about my age in 10 years. So that would be the equivalent of, yeah, me teaching that book to high school. Why would you do that? Here's a bad book about high school students killing each other. Yeah, that's great. Now Kendall's got the right idea. The movie's way better than the book. Oh, trouble between Nolan and Akira. Let us see how that oh, okay, I can click that button. Who the heck's Airy? Oh, Isabella's too cool for the party. Yeah. Oh, Facebook status is, I wonder if he... Fuck Taylor. God. She's the worst. Yeah, and of course, I'm choosing to read Charlotte's response here as, why are we reading such a bad book? Like, what does this say about the state of the liberal arts in the year 2027? And of course, you know, Professor John McRook asshole is really excited about reading a book where teenagers murder each other. Gasp, Kendall's eating in there too. Wow. You're a real bro, sir. it's also amazing that they're able to avoid each other when they go to a school with 6 students. I mean, I laugh, but it's like a narrative. Um, yeah, it's a narrative shortcut, and I think a wise one. Um, I think I called well, there were 2 cool teachers at my school. There was well, the one who actually liked us was our Latin teacher, and we just called him MD because his name was Matt Davis. Good story, huh? Amusing story about him is that one time he was on a college campus when Stephen Hawking was giving a lecture, and somehow he ended up like jumping into a bush to get out of the way of Stephen Hawking's wheelchair, and then Stephen Hawking looked at him like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" That's that story. I have no idea if he was related to the lead singer of Korn. Although he did go to UC Davis, which is an agricultural school, where I imagine that they do some work on corn. Yeah. Now, my great English teacher was Mr. Hurd. He was a cranky asshole who loved literature and didn't talk down to students and explained why books were cool. Like actually cool. Like that. Oh God, I just said that in the dumbest way possible. He made us read like the Brothers Karamazov and Moby Dick instead of the required reading. It was great. So do I throw her a line or leave her alone? I'm going to say throw her a line because it seems more fun. Three days later. Mm. Wuthering Heights is great. When we watched Zeffirelli's Romeo and Juliet in high school, they let us see the boobs. I don't know. Like when I read Wuthering Heights in high school, I, you know, kind of basically like I had skimmed Pride and Prejudice, and just which is a work I appreciate now, but at the time I totally wasn't into it. But I'd kind of skimmed it and gotten the gist, and then I tried doing that with Wuthering Heights, and then I just got totally sucked into the book and like read the whole thing in a couple of yeah, in like 2 nights, and I was really surprised about it. Book has a slow start though. I call that what's the name of the frame narrator, like Lockwood? Yeah, that guy. Screw that guy. Who cares about him? Oh yeah, year of Victorian literature altogether sounds pretty rough. Why aren't these clearing? Jesus Christ. Okay, now we're seeing Isabella's tragic love background. Um, she was 13 and they spent lunch together. Blah blah blah. Do do do. Yep. I've grown to appreciate Austen's writing. Again, it's more of an academic response than an emotional one. But if I try to get myself in a headspace where I can appreciate Jane Austen, I like to, trying to tap into the anger that's under the surface there. I find to be the way to go, because man, she is pissed at well, the universe as she understood it. And she was right. But yeah, her, like, just the actual qualities of the prose of that style of writing are pretty hard for me to get into. All right, you know what? I'm not going to read that because it's long and it seems boring. But I would never like read a Jane Austen novel for fun. I like how we're discussing well, real books in the chat and whatnot while they're rambling on about some dumb. Okay, here we have a choice: be a dick, not be a dick. First person in the chat to pick one gets it. Yeah, fuck you too, Taylor. Yeah. No, that's the right thing to do, I think. You're not doing your students any favors if you yeah, if you don't try to trick them. Yeah, like that awesome English teacher I was talking about. He was famous for having these really tough quizzes to make sure you'd done the reading. And yeah, they were hard in that you had to like remember what color a thing was or what they had for dinner in a scene. Like, you actually had to sit down and read it. Like stuff that you would know if you had been paying attention while you were reading it. And everyone thought it was so unfair. And I mean, I still did terribly on the quizzes, but I didn't think it was unfair. God, what a dick. That's weird. Do you know where my office is? Yes, I've been there several times. Is that foreshadowing? Mm-hmm. Okay, here we have very expressive little bloglet on fandom, I think, which I'm not interested in. Some of this descriptive prose is not working for me. Cheerleaders, I suppose. Hmm. Oh, right. Yeah, the integration of the 12 channel thing into here really, it's a cool idea, but um, it feels clumsy. Like, oh, it's the end of the day. I guess I have to go read these. Mm. Haha. How about that sudden ending? And it ends. Blurt, blurt. Mm-hmm. Oh dear, that looks like a suicide note. Yep. Right, dawdling, time to go, blur blur. Hmm. Hmm. Right. Well, when a teacher suspects a student of something something self harm, I would say look for her. That also reads to me as a classic kind of meaningless video game choice. Um, yeah, well utilized in context, I think. The idea of could I have done something else, etc., etc. I'm like 80% sure she killed herself or something, but um, yeah, maybe I'm just being dark. Drama fag. Sorry, oars. What does oars mean in that context? Or like, why is it? What? Someone explain that. I'm sorry, I shouldn't be giving orders. Like, someone explain that, please. Does anyone know what that means? Because I don't. Okay, got 14 thingies. Um. Hmm. Yep. Really? That's ours? Oh. Oh, that's cool. All right, I'm gonna read that out loud. From Urban Dictionary, is a Japanese-based emoticon of a man pounding his head on the floor. The O is the head, the R is the arms, the Z is the legs, used to symbolize the emotion of frustration. Yeah, that's fantastic, man. Yeah, I learned a thing. Cool. Um, okay, so the kids are sad that their friend is dead. I think I'm interested to see how these characters express grief. Um, do you write stuff on a dead person's wall? Is that a Facebook thing? It seems weird. Ariana, of course, is putting this in a selfish context. Um, Kira doesn't know what to say. Yeah. No, I mean, writing on a dead person's wall, I think, does make sense. Yeah, I guess I wouldn't find it weird if it weren't for the inherent kind of corporateness of the idea of the Facebook wall. I don't like the idea of having social media companies caught up in our dealing with death. Oh, fuck you, Taylor. I feel like that's the only thing I say when she has a thing to say. Oh, Shakespeare class. This should be better than terrible Japanese pulp novel class. Oh, Romeo and Juliet, seriously? Come on, Romeo and Juliet is 9th grade, not 11th grade. Guys should be doing something a little bit more challenging, like, just any of the good tragedies. 12th Night? John, you suck. Like, do Much Ado About Nothing, at least, or 12th Night. Oh, let's, make one more. We're gonna watch a movie of this play because theater is meant to be seen. Kira stating the obvious. Like, they should be doing like Timon of Athens or something. That'd be I mean, it's not relevant to the themes at all, but it although 12th Night is all over the frickin' place, so maybe it's like high school. That's the metaphor. I mean, it probably is. There is a high schoolishness to 12th Night. Not really in a good way, though. I mean, I guess it probably would be a good way if, good Shakespeare wasn't better by like a million degrees. Fuck you, John. No, it doesn't. Yeah, that sucks, man. I don't know if anyone I went to high school with killed themselves. No, I have one friend who did. We didn't go to the same school, though. We were actually internet buddies. Yeah. She was really cool. Taylor, man. Just funnin'. I won't go to a school reunion because I know everyone there is going to be more successful than me. Super petty, but I'm not giving them the satisfaction. No, tell a joke, please. Playing an anime game about suicide and teens and what does a skeleton order at a restaurant? Let's see. Skeleton food. Or nothing, because it would fall through him. Taylor, Jesus Christ, you're killing me here. Haha, bone meal. That's very good. Spare ribs. I liked bone meal better. Sorry. Okay, I wasn't really paying attention to the story, so did I know about something or did I not know? Okay. I guess maybe in the future it's okay for teachers to just be super involved in their students' love lives. Actually, it's very Wuthering Heights, very Heathcliff. Heathcliff, the character in Wuthering Heights, not the cat. Oh, so judgy. Oh, actually, speaking of how few students there are, what's up with the number of desks in that classroom? Is this like after the plague or something? And again, obviously, narrative conceit, blah blah. In this universe, teacher evaluations are done based on how many students you've paired off by the end of the year, and you get a bonus for each month they stay together after the school year is over. Morning, Sporky. Whew. Gee. So how much do we want to? Yeah, you know what? Those kids. I like them as a couple. They should just get together. Feel like they'd be good for each other, help each other grow as people. Kendall can learn a little bit of self-examination from Charlotte. Charlotte can come out of her shell a little bit because of Kendall. It'd be good. See, there's another one of those weird descriptive sentences. Is that symbolic? If it is, it's... that evening. Yeah, making the choice not to do Romeo and Juliet because a student killed themselves is totally reasonable. I mean, it's also totally reasonable not to do it because it's a crap play, but especially considering the way Romeo and Juliet romanticizes it, that cannot be healthy for teenagers. Well, I mean, I would say it doesn't really. Romeo and Juliet really doesn't romanticize. It just makes them look like idiots. But to a teenager, I thought it made them look like idiots when they were a teenager too. It's just a dumb play about a bunch of teenagers acting like idiots and killing themselves. Like, heck, I feel like Isabella's suicide in here makes way more sense than Romeo and Juliet. Plus, there are no magic potions. Not to be so down on Romeo and Juliet. I mean, even lame Shakespeare is still great. No. I mean, I think it would be ingenuous to say that there are no romantic elements to Romeo and Juliet, but there's certainly not the only part of that story, you know. There's also very much a look at these idiots level. And I think, you know, probably the play's biggest fault is that it doesn't seem to have a lot more to say than look at these idiots. I think authorial intent matters. I don't think Shakespeare thought it was romantic, though. There's no option for hug. Just, it's not too much or yes. I really need to read the sentences before the choices. That if chat could tell me what the sentences mean. I mean the choices mean. Or just tell me which one to pick. Okay. Yeah, sorry. Okay. You know this is probably going to end up with her seducing you, right? Yeah. what did you think would happen? And I mean, okay, here we see the kind of more idealized, innocent version of the student crush on teacher. And there are only 6. Yes. You should feel used. Yeah, just look at the other 5 students, or 4 students. How many are left alive? Oh, I didn't notice this message there. Okay, this seems confusing with regard to Isabella's suicide. Don't search for a missing student because her tuition isn't up to date? What? That doesn't even make sense. Kids in high school is the premise. Accurately written teenagers. It's the game Christine Love did before analog, after digital. Oh, and since there's no audio, we've got some sad, swelling synthy strings. Yeah, it does some stuff really interestingly. Not perfect, but interesting. Sad, swelling synthy strings, that annoying kind of plunky fake piano, and the sound of rain has been happening like since chapter 2, which I like because it's atmospheric, but the soundtrack is not good. All right. Okay, let's see. Oh, Ariana's still trying to fuck you, and you're just like, oh, I don't know how to feel about that. Yeah, I could have gotten the game audio working, but you guys are better off listening to whatever. Oh, Taylor. Just when you think she can't be more awful. Jesus Christ. Good morning. Playing an anime game. Got the people waking up. Okay, teenagers talking about cock. Ah, another meeting with a student. I hope it works out for Kendall and Charlotte. The cock, yeah. That's how teens talk. Yeah, just talking about an anime. It was really exciting when I was trying to get my stream working for 3 hours. And then just kind of talking about Sunless Sea because I couldn't play it. Still more cock. Hmm. Since I came online, we have made $5, unless we've made more since then. Oh, so that couple we made be gay together is doing good. Um, that's nice. Didn't see that coming, really. Um, well, but I mean, to be fair, Nolan was like, well, he's like objectively hot, not like me hot. Um, I don't actually see the donations, so who cares? I'm not who cares. I care. Why am I doing this if I don't care? I'm very sleepy. Um, anywho, oh, it's this debate. Uh, I do find the idea that Humphrey Bogart did romantic comedies and didn't afraid of anything to be somewhat amusing. Yeah. Yep. 1605. Sorry. Yeah, the reaction images are a fun change. Yeah. This was. I think this was before there was an actual 12 chan. Yeah, it's basically like a 4chan style image board, but just for the 6 students in your class. So the anonymity is nicely undermined. Um, um, but they're fun little interludes before the next character kills themselves. Yes, Chan stands for channel. Ah, we're getting a cool little groovy. Ooh, sorry, I burped. Um, little groovy, kind of whatchamacallit. Actually, this song isn't too bad. Uh, you ended the sentence with a preposition. You know, I actually think that that is um, bad writing for Charlotte there. I feel like she is the kind of character who wouldn't end a sentence in a preposition. Although honestly, maybe it is just a concession to naturalistic dialogue. Um, and John is just upset because he can no longer manipulate his students into couples. Fuck you! Oh, dearie me. Hmm. Yeah, that is yeah. So moving on. Um, what's the choice here? I don't think it's worth it. I think you think you'd be better off without her. Better off with whatever with her. First in chat to say it. Okay, last rewind with don't think it's worth it. Man, I'm wondering what would have happened if we had hooked up with what's her name in the first chapter. Like, I don't think the game would have paths that are that divergent, so I'm assuming something would have gotten in the way. Why are you coming to John for advice? You should be teaching this class, Charlotte. True words. Actually, I think you might have. I could see a situation where you could have hooked up with her, or well, let's say what it is, statutorily raped her, and then you guys pretend that nothing happened, and you keep your distance so you don't go to jail, and then that keeps it from, going too divergent plot-wise. Okay, and here we have the opening meta narration. Taking wagers on what book what thing he's talking about that the class is covering. Okay, not giving us much to go on because it's a thing where this is about this chapter. Oh, these chapter titles. Um, uh, Sporky ass, is Desu on two legs supposed to mean literally anything? Um, I think it's probably a pun. Um, related to online teen girl anime fans stuff. Mm. Yeah, Taylor, you burned your you burned your bridges. Although I guess this is your chapter. But most of the chapter titles so far have been relatively amusing puns. Okay, I only remember chapter 2, which was Nolan is an island unto itself, or something along those lines, which is pretty good. Okay, Ariana adding more evidence to the John is a bad teacher. Um, you usually have to read the play and watch the movie. Okay. Um, mm, always talking about the dick. Yes, sirree. Um, anime high school commentary on growing up in a age of social media and instant messaging. A self-aware anime high school probably is more. Uh, oh, someone's following John. Um, she killed herself because she had a she ate lunch with a boy when she was 13, I think. Um, which again I think is a good non-reductive portrayal of adolescent suicide. I mean, being able to just simplify it and say, "Oh, she killed herself because her boyfriend left," is just kind of you know offensive and reductive. Uh-huh. And then one student is trying to sleep with you, and you're like reading her messages about how she wants to suck your cock. Pretty awkward. It's supposed to be awkward again, though. So. Oh, yeah. Yep, you are playing as a teacher. His name is John Rook. Okay. Charlotte is passive aggressively. I feel like Charlotte is catching on to the fact that you don't know anything, and she's hinting at it. Okay, I wonder who's following you. Oh boy, who is it? No, no. Um, John Rook vaguely sounds like genre book, says Zombie Chocobo. Um, could be. Funny coincidence. My the player character I had in Fallout New Vegas for like 120 hours was also named John Rook. It was Jonathan Rook actually, but you know, he was a gay cowboy who sniped people and yeah, had friends. That's the story of New Vegas. Did I say that was a funny story when I started? Because that was just a thing. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a ghost story chapter in here. Although we haven't hit the hot springs yet. And if I had to guess ghost story or hot springs... You're talking about Proust? Well, you know... I feel like there would be some In Search of Lost Time parallels here to go into. That's an awful shirt. Oh no. Those two boys you made be gay together aren't gay together anymore. My memory goes back a little farther past 16. A little bit. But I think those are all comforting lies. That's an awful shirt. It reminds me of the kind of costumes you could buy in that Resonance of Fate game. Such awful costumes. What? Okay, someone in chat know what digital Shinigami is? Because I have no idea. Since Kira thinks Mr. Brook would like it, it's probably bad. Just a guess. Oh, okay, so they're just going to explain it. That seems convenient. Oh, really? Google says it's fictional. Sounded like a real thing. Yeah. The way it sounded like one of those. Uh, Again, I'm quoting from a Watch Out for Fireballs thing here. You know their Ice Nine. Yes, you know it was written about by science fiction author Kurt Vonnegut in his book Cat's Cradle. That summary that they did of the exposition of real world facts in 999. Heck, maybe this is even just a reference to that. I don't know. And incidentally, to anyone who's joining us now, it's not ridiculous for him to be explaining Japanese concepts to these people because they're all actually Canadian and he's Japanese. So, oh yes, my stream. Well, I decided originally to stream Sunless Sea on my other computer because it was more powerful and I was getting some frame rate problems on my laptop. But since upgrading to Windows 10, apparently there are quite a few hardware bugs that I did not realize existed and did not know how to fix because I don't know where anything in Windows 10 is. What's this? Apparently Nolan still thinks he's Akira's boyfriend. That's interesting. Okay. It's such a bad. Oh yeah. At this point, I'm just 100% sure that this guy is meant to be a horrible teacher. I mean, I was already like 95% sure, but like at this point, he's clearly supposed to be not just bad, but real bad. Oh boy, let's see how this goes. Stop being the most manipulative, Taylor. But I guess it's what we've come to expect of you. Ooh, catty. Those types of stories. About digital death gods, yeah. Yeah. If I found out my partner was into digital death god stories, I'd be surprised. John. Edgar Allan Poe. Well, like if Are you going to do any real literature this semester? Just like, I mean, Poe is spooky, but not a lot of meat there. Yeah, they're struggling because you don't know how to teach, dum-dum. I think I would just call this game Bad English Teacher. Although, actually, I do quite like the title of this game. Sporky says, Poe folks don't expect much. I know that's a pun reference thing. No, wait, no, I do know what it means. I'm sorry, I'm just tired. Now his internal monologue is now just entirely consumed with making his class as easy as possible. Yes, thank you for the indicator reminder. This really could have been implemented better. Well, yeah. How can I teach 7 students when there's only one of me? Okay. Oh no, one of them killed themselves? Now it's even harder. Because there are 6, and I'm awful. Yeah, pretty much any music you guys are playing in the background is better than the soundtrack to this. No. Well, Akira seems to be being mature about the fact that his boyfriend isn't gay. It's too bad. Well, although I guess Nolan, well, yeah, he's an idiot. He was like, no homo, so whatever. He deserves Taylor. Let's see. Oh. So perhaps Nolan is gay. And Taylor is just manipulating everyone. Well, that seems, yeah, she's awful. Well, he's trying to make up for it by dating Akira. Although, I'm not 100% sure that dating Taylor didn't just lower his self-esteem to the point that, he's willing to compromise his own sexual desire for, and sexual orientation, really, for an emotionally supportive partner. Not that that's necessarily a bad thing. You can do a lot worse than be with someone who's, really good with you on a personal and emotional level that you're not terribly attracted to. Oh my god, a new character model. I've come to talk to you about how you're a terrible teacher. Gasp. What does that have to do with me? All I did was force him to date. Why are you lying? Also, yeah, this is a pretty realistic depiction of bullying, honestly. Good on you, game. Yeah. And that's the truth. Well, Akira's an idiot. Why are you being so polite? Oh, shit. Oh, well. I'm going to go back to that choice because it seemed interesting. Well, it's outside of the teacher's hands in that he reads all the messages. I feel like the parents know that. I mean, that's certainly implicit. And I mean, just going back through here, because just going back through this because I'm pretty sure I just clicked through a chance to hook up with Akira's mom because that's appropriate. And I'm kind of interested to, to talk about the ethics of dating a student's parent instead of statutory rape. Okay. So do we let her go? Well, I just went through all that again, so I'm going to stop her with one more question. What? Oh, I thought he was going to... yeah, of course not. I don't know what I was thinking. I mean, the characterization of John in this game, and of course he's not interested in a woman his own age. Also, I think she's gay, actually. I think I read that earlier. Turtleneck, eh, Nolan? A. Those expensive Canadian private schools from the future, Regraph. Emasculating. God. Hmm. Going back to thingies. Um, he's just wearing a oh yeah, Nolan and it turns out that well that Akira and yeah Taylor was manipulating the Akira into thinking that Nolan wasn't into him and being all homophobic and cruel and shit, and then they broke up, and then Nolan found out that about what she did and flipped the fuck out. And we're about to see what happens. Yeah, she's awful. I've been saying that the entire game. I'd be interested to see how they where they go with this, because there doesn't actually seem to be much of a source of conflict here. Literally everybody except Taylor hates Taylor. What, does it turn out like her dad owns the school or something? That would be the yeah. Yep, time for the 12 chant interlude. Oh, right. Why do I keep clicking? I have some conversations first. Oh, Akira's being sympathetic. Well put, Kendall. Indeed. Yeah, Kendall's cool. I honestly don't know what's going to happen next. I really hate this song. Yeah. Yeah. Say what you will about the faults of this. This is good high school drama. If you know, plenty of flaws, but yeah, yeah. No, she knows what she's doing. She being Christine Love, not perfect, but like there's a reason that she's well known for making visual novelty style anime games, and you know, if you play through it yourself, listen to your own music. The gym whistles in this song are the worst. But yeah, Christine Love knows what she's doing. Yeah, her next project is coming out pretty soon, and that one's actually a porn which seems interesting. Wonder how that'll turn out. Yep. No, yeah, you can't stream that. Honestly, it looks pretty good. See. Oh, I bet our option's going to be to punch her or not. Obviously, angry approach. Come on. John, this is still. Do you not understand how to be angry at someone as a teacher without? No, of course. Well, Oh, John. See. Well, let's just try to keep up a facade of reasonableness and cite school policy. Because you can't just call students a sociopath. That's not. Yeah. Actually, this song is okay. Oh my, it must be very annoying to hear me describe mediocre music that you guys can't hear. There's kind of a weird synth banjo going on that I like. And some neat arpeggios on synth strings. It's all synth. Yeah, John, we know you don't know. All right, who's gonna get murdered? Everybody hates Taylor. I wonder what she's gonna do. What? But where's the message? I don't see a. Tell me. Okay, so I think a ghost is texting us. Okay, so I think it's probably Taylor pretending to be some kind of crazy ghost to try to make us go crazy. That seems pretty reasonable, and I mean, it's a little too obvious, isn't it? And not a single fuck was given. Good one, Kendall. Let's see what's going on. Deleting abusive comments. Now we're seeing, I guess, the spiral of social media bullying, where the perpetrator becomes the victim. It probably is a real problem. I'm just not very sympathetic to it. This is kind of where my vindictive side comes out. More ghosty messages. Why? You could have saved her. What? Is there any chance this is anyone but Taylor? Honestly, Rewind, I kind of think I missed that too. My theory based on what's going on is that Taylor is trying to get back at John by pretending to be Isabel's ghost. That's my theory. Again, I would welcome other theories because I wasn't paying that much attention to the ghost stuff. Still waiting on the Hot Springs episode, though. I mean, I actually don't know what a Hot Springs episode would accomplish here. In terms of characters, like, you wouldn't, because usually in those things you see characters in a more relaxed setting, but these people are already about as relaxed as they could possibly be. These aren't, your uptight, very stressed out Japanese students. These are your laid-back, cock-loving Canadians. The big creative assignment. Of course, the next step in John Rook's path to become the least hardworking English teacher in Canada. Just do a big creative project and that's your grade. Also, a creative assignment, you're supposed to do a presentation. That's not creative. It's like the dramatic. Oh, little on the nose, Christine. I think you're pushing the metafictional angle a little bit too hard. Like, a work can comment on itself without being explicitly metafictional. I mean, that's just a characteristic of art. Totes legit. Yeah. Reading Akira and Nolan's messages to each other does feel gross and voyeury. Like, do they really not know that teachers can read this? I think that's in the that's in the tutorial, that no, they have no idea, just trust us, it's the premise. And Unless this is all an elaborate sting operation to prove that you're the worst teacher. Yeah. All year I've been worrying about their personal drama, but it turns out they're supposed to be learning things from me. Well, I'm from Northern California, so hella is just a normal thing we say. So I really wouldn't have noticed. It doesn't say what they updated the relationship status to. Yes, why did you let her die? Very good. Okay, so I guess they're back together. That's sweet. Later. It, I don't... These time spacing title cards seem crude to me. Like, sometimes it just says later, and sometimes it says, 3 weeks later, 2 hours later, at lunchtime, and I just feel like there's a better way to do it. Again, I do kind of feel like I'm being overly critical of a sophomore effort. But if I'm not being critical, why am I here? You could click through this thing yourself. It's not like I'm working any harder than you guys are. Jesus, John, what is wrong with you? Why doesn't he just do what all of the bad teachers at my high school did? Just give you a copy of all the questions on the test in a different order and say it was a review sheet. Oh, wait, I didn't read that. That's exactly what he said he was doing. How did you not have time to mark essays? You have 6 students. What were you doing? Oops, where did I click the wrong button? Oh, please. Plagiarism. Are you going to accuse them of plagiarism? There was that throwaway line earlier about plagiarism. Well, if I get a choice here, I'm letting him slide because I'm an awful teacher. Oh, it's the big dance. Oh, yeah. I did zone out for a second. What? I don't know where he's going with this. What? What? Oh, John. You're the worst. Actually, another way that this game is doing a very good way of simulating high school is by having you really dislike the teacher. and a lot more than you dislike students. Like, these kids seem fine, but except for Taylor, of course, who's the worst. But the teacher, God, he's so out of touch and creepy. And doesn't seem to work at all. I mean, perhaps that's why it's not our story, as we see in the title. It's their story, and we're just the doofus, creepy teacher who gives bad advice. Why? This is what you have 6 things to mark. I could do that in 20 minutes. Instead, I have to rent boats. No idea what that means. Why don't you just grade on a curve? There's no way that Charlotte doesn't have the best grades in the class. Totes legit. Lol, what? Gasp, it's a monster. Yeah, don't trust her. They're just dead on the roof. That cool banjo song is back. I guess that's Taylor's theme. Yeah, it's pretty good. But, that is not well drawn. Yeah, give her a second chance so she can stab you again. Indeed, cool story. Yeah. Was it okay to say retarded in 2011? I feel like it wasn't. Like, maybe it was. I don't know. Time's weird. But, like, everyone has said something's retarded in this. I certainly can't see that flying in 2027. Well, they're saying bro ironically. Why do you have to keep calling things emasculating, John? When nothing is emasculating that's going on. Well, okay, so Chad is informing me that no, it was not okay to say retarded in 2011. Good, didn't think so. Well, what I was going to say is that as something that was written by an adult about teenagers, obviously it's going, to reflect their whatchamacallits. The people said retarded when I was in high school. Same diff. It's drawing on that source, which might be why I find this resonant, because this does seem like a a more extreme, more anime version of the kind of drama that I experienced in high school. No, they don't have a change of clothes because it's a really low budget game. Also, it's free. Actually, I think they might have 2 outfits each. What? Oh yeah, just giving the teacher 160. But decorum, people, decorum. Oh yeah, gay, totally. By that I mean someone in the chat said they used gay as an insult when they were in high school in 2009, and I said, yes, gay, absolutely, to that. Yeah. Heck, I'm sure I said it, and both of my parents are gay, so. So what's this? Okay, I don't know what they're talking about here. That's fine, I guess. It'd be weird if I got every reference. Oh, time for the 12 channel break. Yes. I feel like a teacher should get fired for being like, well, I don't have anything to do for 5 minutes. Better see what's going on 4chan. Okay. Oh, well. Here we're seeing one of the ideas that eventually led pretty directly into analog. Wait, what? Okay, so this is just like the proto analog with a Fresh Prince thing, I guess. What? I just checked. Did I miss one? Ugh. That was pretty good. Yeah. Come on. Gotta click through. Clicky, click, click. Okay, am I done now? Can I go? Okay, time to go. Well, at least he's actually bought them the tickets instead of just like spending it on blow. Because that seems like a very John thing to do. Okay, and that definitely. Well, no, I could say that, and they do. Um, yeah, Akira is he's not great, but he's also not an inaccurate characterization. I've known quite a few guys pretty similar to him. Um, woo. Oh wait, what did that title screen say? Say something important? Anybody? Title screen? All right, I'm sure someone will say it in the chat. Okay. Oh, I should mention we're raising money for Transactive. Ow, my arm. Okay. Okay, so this is after the dance. I'm gonna guess the title card said after the dance. Yeah, called it. It said the morning after the dance. All right. Let's see how explicit we get with descriptions of what happened. Hopefully this ended well for Nolan and Akira, the two young gay men that you forced together. Well, that's being unfair. They're a good couple, you know. Even if Akira's very annoying and Nolan is constantly stoned. Oh ho ho! They didn't show up. Oh, incredibly tardy boy. That it's written in such a way to sound you know, thing. Oh, new costumes. Good for them. Oh yeah. Ew, my gay students are having sex. That's gross. But I get hard when my female student hugs me. Ugh. God, John, you're the worst. Hmm. Whoa, what's going on? What? Oh, for fuck's sake, you're 38 years old. Okay, let's see. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yes, thank you for clarifying, Charlotte. None of my lesbian mothers have very many body soap bathroom things. It's more my dad's thing. And even he doesn't have a big selection. He just has like one or two very nice boutique things. It's all in moderation, I think. Of course, obviously, because of my family, I can speak for everyone of a non-straight sexual orientation. And I guess, yes, because yes, naked. What? Anyway. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. This is just kind of boring. Okay. Someone in the chat who speaks Japanese, what does that mean? Oh, never mind. Oh, right. No, I do know what that meant. I'm not used to reading it. I'm used to hearing it. Yes. Oh no. Ew. I'm 38 years old and people can be naked. Hmm. Yeah. Hmm. Is it the ghost? Is the ghost calling? Oh. Maybe she's a ghost? Um. Oh, maybe this is going to turn into a thing about how the watching the students is bad. Um, um, or what would be a more interesting way for this to go? Oh, he can't really eavesdrop on the students, and he's just an idiot. And the reason he's so busy all the time and can't do the classwork is because he's writing all of these messages the students have to each other. It's like his own insane fan fiction. That would be an interesting ending. Yeah, I think this is chapter 6B. Well, this is chapter 7, so whatever's going on. No, it is. The eavesdropping is sanctioned. Like, here, I can bring up the message that explains it. Because of the power of the system, okay, yeah. So read that at your leisure. Basically, it is the school does thing. I apologize for sentence fragments. Very sleepy. I don't think I guess the parents and students don't know, and then this lady figured it out because she's a hacker. I think this is the ghost. What the fuck is this? I'm not. I'm really not following. It's less surreal and more. You can't really use this kind of visual novel format thing to try to be spooky. Yeah, I mean, it's almost certainly bitch face's plot of revenge. If it's an actual ghost, that would be amazing. What? In more ways than one? What? That's not what that means. That's not a double entendre. Like that's usually when whatever. Mm-hmm. Oh right, their stupid ass presentations. 30% of their grade. I wonder if it's made of pipe cleaners. Oops. 3:55. You see what I mean with the specific time? It's like later. 3:55. Boo-boo-doo. Okay. The post is, this exam is stupid. Yep. I did. Was he written like this in the beginning of this? Because I don't feel like he was. He seemed way more reasonable. Okay. Let's see where we're going with this. Oh, it's the 12 Chan song is playing. Wait, what was the one about the AI? What are they? What's the last one they're talking about? Also, are they implying that Isabel isn't dead? She just moved away? Because they never actually did find. Oh, they never found a body in this, right? She's not dead. You just infer it. Obviously, suicide with no body. Mm-hmm. That's dumb. Well, maybe she's actually dead, and it's better because it's better if she's dead. Because otherwise, but you can't just put a fictional movie in with a bunch of other movies. Although apparently this thing loves to make up its own visual flubbles. I stand by it. Yes, their presentation appears to be a dramatic reading of 4chan, with less racial slurs. Although, I don't know if there were racial slurs in 2011. I'm pretty sure there were, but... you think that that's worth 30% of your grade? I mean, you can make an argument for some Brechtian distancing techniques in there. Why do they think they can pass? So wait, I didn't understand what they were... I got distracted by my own conversation with myself. What was the implication of that scene? Because all I really got was those two should fail the class. Now everything's over, and it's nerve-wracking. Why is he freaking out so much?